Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Monday's stream. This is the second attempt at this. I woke up, I had a job interview virtually, and then maintenance crew showed up. So I sat around for that. About an hour and a half went by, and nothing was really accomplished. And then I was told, oh, the thing isn't working, so we got to reinstall the old thing. Okay. That wasted an hour and a half. And then after I had started streaming, I was like, you know what? Let's give it a try. I might not be able to get it, in this window. It was 10:30. I had another 1 p.m. interview a ways away, like 30 minutes away. And I started streaming. I was getting through the opening bits here. And ding, 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 ding. You gotta be kidding me. So I cut to an ad real quick. Comes in. Hey, I'm just gonna check, this. Okay. And then I sit back down, make sure everything's working correctly. And then I get a, hey. So I get back up, go back out. I'm gonna be back in about 10 minutes. I'm like, you know what? Forget stream. It's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work. There's no way I'm gonna get it done in time. It was already gonna be rushed. So to think of like rushing it and have like all these breaks in between, I was like, forget it. So it's a little later right now. It's about 3:41 local time. And I got 5 videos for you all. My brain is a little fried from both the interviews and the driving and the traffic. But we're going to push through. We're going to do this. It should be fun. Over the weekend, on Saturday night, I actually saw Mike Birbiglia. You might have heard of him, stand-up comedian, tours the country in the U.S., and I think he's done international as well. Not exactly sure. He's had many Netflix specials, Comedy Central specials. This was his newest hour. Definitely going to be a special. It sounded like it was. If you're unaware of his style, it's very much narrative with jokes in between. So it's less of like just observation, joke, observation, joke, observation, joke. Very separated and segmented. His is very much an overarching story because I think he's just a writer, like a Hollywood writer first or something. But it is really interesting. I highly recommend checking out his stand-up. It's very cool. Boy, interviews are hard. It is very hard for me. I am not that great at talking about myself. As soon as they come up with something, I'm just sitting there like blank. Like, do I remember my own history? Like I must end the workday and then just completely erase what just happened. Because every once in a while, it took a little second to jog some memories of examples of things. And, it's always the same questions. Tell us about a time where blah, blah, blah. Tell us about a situation where blah, blah, blah. Give an example. And you're just sitting there and you're just like, something come to me. Memory, start working. Was it the hippocampus? Start working. Get going. It just, it is a nightmare situation. It just drains you for some reason. I don't know why. I guess because you feel like on the spot and you got a little nerves to it, that it makes you anxious, I guess, if you are really an anxious person, which I typically am, to the point where afterwards I crash completely. So I'm hopefully not too crashed when I start to do this, but I'm definitely tired. I can tell you that. Hope you're all having a wonderful Monday, or it went well, depending on when this finally uploads. It'll be a little later. I got good news, thankfully. Tomorrow was going to be completely uprooted. Either I was going to have to stream very early in the morning, like crack of dawn early, or extremely late, because I had jury duty. I was summoned for jury duty. Good news is I just got an email like 15 minutes ago. It is canceled, and it said your jury service is now complete. And I'm like, oh, yes. I didn't have to do anything. That's what I'm talking about. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. I loved every second of it, let me tell you. The last time I did jury service was maybe like a decade ago, maybe over a decade, 12 years. I just was called in. I went into a large room. I wasn't even called. And then they said, okay, none of you were selected. Go home. basically, after like 4 hours of sitting in a room with, I don't know, 25 strangers. Very odd. Very odd. But I don't even have to go downtown, which is great. So that's fantastic. So the 5 videos we have today are Smosh, SPRINA, The Untamed, One Tree Hill, and Grey's Anatomy. As always, I try to pick a eclectic group of requests from members on toddreacts.com. If you would like to request your own videos, you can join there. Also, we have merch available. This is the Winter Collection long sleeve tee. We got heavyweight hoodie, beanie, sweatpants, sweatshirt, denim jacket, and a ton more. An array of colors to fit your style. So go check it out. Members of the website get 15% off every order. It is high quality stuff. I am absolutely a fan. And it's not just because I sell it. It's because I bought all of it. And I can attest to the fact that it is nice. So let's start. What's the first video? Let's start with Shane and Damien being chaotic for 13 minutes straight. That is Smosh. So hopefully I got these in order when I read those off. I'm not exactly sure. It was a hectic morning. What can I say? Let's go ahead and jump in.
A faraway land based on Afghanistan. It's a land of wind and sand and young street rat named Aladdin. I don't think you can say street rat. Meanwhile, Jafar is a jerk, and our story begins on a dark night. Batman.
Solid. Yeah. Yeah.
We gotta jump over the burning coals.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Whoa.
Now you gotta always remember
This
you're gonna
game
get beaten,
was so
by an
difficult.
old man with a stick. Oh, and you blocked it.
That was friggin'
It's
sick.
muscle memory, Shane.
Oh, I loved this. I remember doing this for hours as a kid. I would just be like ha ha ha.
Doing this for hours as a kid.
What is this bringing back for you? Young Shane is playing this game. Are your parents fighting in the background? What's going on?
What?
Are you trying to tune anything out?
I don't know.
I need you to make it from that apple box, not touching the ground, all the way to that apple box. Seems simple, right?
And this will help me beat the video game?
Yes.
Or should I just start?
Yeah.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Boulder!
Oh my God!
Boulder! Look out, dude!
Okay.
There's boulders!
All right, yeah, I
oh
get
God, Aladdin, no!
Stop! Ah!
Boulders, but you can't catch the boulders. If you catch the boulders, you die, Shane.
Okay.
That's the prize. If you catch the boulders, you die.
Okay. You're right there. Okay, I
You
did
did
it.
it! All right. Do you feel ready to take on the game again?
Yeah.
I just did squats, too. Mother.
Oh.
Oh, it's getting weird. It's gotten weird. It's getting frank. Oh. I kind of want to try it. Do you want to try it?
Yeah, I totally want to try it.
I mean, it's not going to hurt, which is good.
I'm
Maybe if it catches you like right on the nose, that would hurt.
I heard that.
Damn it!
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are we done? Are you okay?
Holy
It's a Damien! Hello, it's me, Mario. This is what I sound like. I did go to Italy in November, and honestly, you'd probably be killed where you stood.
Two flush.
Wow! It's time for me to get more shit. Yum,
weirdest
yum,
person
yum.
No,
I love the shit. One poop time. Oh. I could have sworn it was a poop time. I could have sworn I'll get a 3 and then get all of them for myself. Damn it, it's 1. But it won't matter because... The poop is mine and it's stuck in my fingies.
Oh my God! Oh, I thought there was another path.
Time for training. Let's see if it works better this time.
Okay.
Ready?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Just a little snack, guys. Okay. You dodged the boulders and you dodged the lava.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Welcome and thank you so much for coming today.
We are very excited to be here. We've been working for years on this project. This is been our
Idiot,
passion.
also idiot.
Really our magnum opus.
Yes. So without further ado, we are here to talk to you about
The boner method. The 5 qualities of a successful person.
That's right. These are tough, strong, hard facts.
Our story.
Yes.
So, Shane, I think your expertise lie for the first one.
Yeah, thanks, Damien.
You're welcome, Shane.
Yeah. We were starving. We were surviving in this world like a grizzly bear up in the Yukon.
Survival is not thrival. You must be effervescent. And I don't mean in the metaphorical way of like, you're so bubbly. Gas all the time. Get everything out of you so that you can break yourself down to the little bit of dust. Little bit of dust. B-O-N-E-R. Boner. Really?
Brilliant, opaque, neglectful, effervescent.
Really? B-O-N-E-R. Boner.
We just need to defeat this watermelon. I don't care how.
It's amazing.
Damien, do karate.
I've only reacted to one idiot presents, and it was unbelievable. It was Damien. Go ahead and check that out.
It was very softened up first, though.
Holy sh!
All of our thighs, soften it up.
Again!
I pressed jump.
My friend, you know what time it is. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this to you. I don't want to do this to you. Okay. Oh, that one ricocheted was awesome.
One ricocheted was awesome.
You think you could do it this time?
I think I can do
Please?
this time.
So what have we learned so far, bud?
Learned that I need to jump.
Yep.
I need to jump. I need to probably run better.
Do you maybe
This
want to
game
look
was
where you're
so
jumping
hard.
to?
Oh
Like
my
a
gosh,
professional.
I never got that far.
I'm going to get out of shit. Oh, God! Greg, give it to me! Greg! Oh, my God! Super Mario Brothers Super Show! Greg, you motherfucker! You broke the Jenga! You dragged in Jenga! And remember, paisanos, winning matters more than your friend's health and safety.
Best friends forced to do battle. Here we go. Live on Saturday night. This is CBS, baby.
Well done. Touch plates.
No.
Now we fight swords for real, and with real swords, and not steak knives.
I'm bringing a
All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
I hope this won't be as exhausting as this one.
Oh, for
I
sure.
think you care more about my bodily safety than I care about yours, so I think this will be very different.
What's up, Katie?
Advance.
Supposed to request reactions in the chat or in the YouTube comments.
What you got?
Reaction requests are through toddreacts.com. You have to sign up for a membership for that.
This is bad.
Retreat.
The noise.
I used to actually take
each other into
YouTube comment
swords.
requests, but that was
Guard.
long
Fences
ago.
ready? Fence.
It was very long ago.
Touch. Do a little dancey dance.
I think
that
I
is on
ended that in
target
like
on the shoulder.
2021 or
Attack,
something.
Touch left for Damien. Score is 4-3.
You know what time it is. Come
Thanks
on.
for joining.
Let's go.
Glad you're here.
Dodge
Hope
it.
you're having a good Monday.
Get that one back. Get it back. What the fuck did I just? It's a boulder. You gotta dodge
Stop.
him. You can't touch the boulders or
Okay,
you
I'm
die.
dodging.
You can't touch the boulders or you die.
Stop.
As the boys get ready to duel, they are going to do rock, paper,
How many
scissors,
times did they have to do that,
Ready?
dodging the boulders?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That's how you
I'm
do
assuming
it.
a lot, because that game is very difficult.
Okay, yeah. It's good, right? It's good. It's fine. Oh!
This is baby slap.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, get some more torque in there, guys.
Felt that one.
Eardrums.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, it happened! It happened!
Crap.
You can do it. You're making it. I'm gonna run to the very end of the level, just to show everybody how easy it is.
You're just gonna run to the end of the level.
Yeah, Shane,
right.
and you know what? I haven't practiced this once since I was a child.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm just letting you know.
You're
Just letting
telling
you
me
know
for a
real
show
quick.
you produced, you didn't practice or plan anything?
We've met. I excel with under pressure.
Yeah, okay, Don Draper of video games.
I don't drink whiskey. And I certainly didn't steal Damian Haas's identity.
What?
Don Draper.
Don Draper.
Dick Whitman?
Dick Whitman.
How much of that show did you watch?
All of it?
Oh, his name isn't Don Draper, dude.
Okay.
It's Dick Whitman.
Well, don't spoil it for everyone who's gonna watch all of Mad Men.
Okay. You go one.
No, that's one of the
go
first
two,
things you
go
learn in
three.
the show.
Oh, you need to wait one more second. So.
Wow, man.
Pretty sure it's first season.
It's different. It's different when I do it. You do it different.
If you don't succeed this time, you're worse than me at video games.
Shane and I are going to demonstrate something called
no.
trust fall. Shane, could you face that way? And hold out your arms.
I gotta give him
Hold out
credit.
your
I
arms
didn't
to
even
your
make it
side.
that far.
And I'm going to demonstrate neglect. Shane, go ahead and fall back.
I don't
and
even
trust
think I
me
got
with
past
all
the
of your body.
first level
All right, ready?
in Aladdin.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, fall back. And I've got you.
Okay, and
I've
I
got you,
trusted him
and I trusted
completely.
him.
There was
Notice
zero
how
hesitation in
there
my body.
There would have been a better demonstration had I let him fall, but I neglected the demonstration.
That's right.
I would never let you fall.
I know you wouldn't.
I
know
will
that.
be the one to end your life, but that is long,
But
long from now.
Yes, that's at least 5 years from now. 6.
Oh my God!
I got it! I got it!
Are you?
I'll kill you! I'll kill you! Yes! I freaking launched it! I
so
did it!
Breaking
My
the audio
technique of just like hitting it outward.
Very polite.
Oh! Look out.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It caught me off guard. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Would you believe this is the second time I've had to change my shirt?
I got that one.
Get it back, come on, you can do it. There's a genie heart. You grab the genie heart, that's the blue one. Okay. You did it. Double trouble.
I got it.
You can do it, Shane.
Oh my gosh.
Wait for the shit. Now get ready, wait for the shit again.
Oh!
You diarrhea man.
That doesn't make sense.
That's a tough jump.
Ew. That's where I draw the line.
Here it comes. Boop. Just kidding. I wasn't gonna. Oh. Oh. This is your lucky day, Noah.
What is happening?
You've lost in my mind.
3, finally.
Oh, here it goes.
One.
Oh no!
I'll kill you.
That is amazing.
You have this on camera.
That looks like an amazing game, but you could also really hurt somebody or get hurt too. Oh my God, he did it.
Shane, list all the things that are fixed about yourself.
I'm 6 feet tall now. My career, I feel more confident about it in the future. I have more skills other than just yelling on camera.
Yeah!
Whoa!
Look,
Yeah!
Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah!
Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video and edit. Go throw it some love. That was incredible. I haven't seen many Smosh videos, but I will say it is good quality content right there. It's got to be amazing to be able to go to work and just hang out with friends. Yes, you're doing work. You're obviously filming content. You got to make it entertaining and all that. And it is a lot of effort. But you're doing it with people you like or love or, you know, really enjoy spending time with. That's the beauty of it, is that you're not doing it alone. You have people around you who all have a common goal. That's always better than just kind of, you know, lone doing it. Gosh, I'm kind of jealous of that, honestly. I am very jealous of that. That is really fun. It seems really exciting. And I don't know. I know that the original Smosh guys bought back the channel. Did they get rid of everyone and it's just those two again? Or is everyone still around and the whole staff and everything? That'd be interesting to know. Gosh. Boy, when they say find a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life, that's about as close to it as I can think. I don't know if I've ever had that kind of a time at any job, ever. I don't think I will have that kind of a time at any job ever, other than this, which is not a full-time job, but it is, you know, I don't even know what to describe this. This is a hobby job, something I really enjoy doing. It's a lot of work on the back end. I didn't foresee a lot of the work that it actually was, but I've enjoyed every second of it. I'll say that, which is, I don't know, nothing I've never experienced that or anything like that in my professional life. You know, it's not surprising when they survey kids in the U.S. I think the top two jobs are either athlete and content creator. Believe it or not. It is athlete or content creator or musician or something, singer. But content creator is right up there. Influencer is always popular on that list. It's not surprising. You get no boss. You can do what you want. You can do how you want it. And you don't have to answer to anybody, really. That's the biggest thing. You don't have to answer to anybody. You set your own schedule. The potential's there for some big money. So it's not surprising. And you get to, you know, fame, popularity out of it if you're really big, which is always interesting. I would argue I would rather have money than to have fame, because fame is, or I guess clout is another word for it. Well, kind of. I would separate famous and clout. Clout is more just online cred, where some people might know of you. Famous is like A-lister. Like you're getting invited to incredible parties because you are famous. Or everybody knows you because you are who you are. I think that is starting to trickle in for internet personalities. They're going to big events, Grammys, the Oscars, etc. But I would still say there's a bit of a difference there. But yeah, I'd much rather have power and money than fame and clout. Fame or clout. There's just, you can't do much. After a while, it just gets old because you can't, like, you have no privacy. You have no, like, ability to travel around, do things normally, you know? You can't just go to the grocery store normal. You'll get stopped every 2 seconds for, like, a selfie or something. Meanwhile, if you're hidden and, you know, rich and powerful or whatever, you can do anything, honestly. And the biggest thing would be to be completely anonymous, but super wealthy and powerful, because then you can go into a grocery store without any disguise, any security even, and just be yourself. That's probably the ultimate luxury. Being a normal, quote unquote, normal person in the eye of the public. But yeah. That seems like the perfect work environment. It honestly does. Lots of fun, lots of creativity. If you're a creative person, I'm sure that speaks to you quite fluently. Yeah, really awesome. I love every second of that. And that Aladdin game, oh my gosh. The amount of times I quit trying to play that game, crazy. Absolutely crazy. Next on the list is Spencer and Trina. What's the name of the video? It is Hold On. That always makes me think of the Good Charlotte song, Hold On. It's probably not, though. Actually, I can almost guarantee it's not. Powerful. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love. That deserves a lot of it. Wow. Well, I think I go unchallenged on this. Most of us just want a simple love. Excuse me. Most of us just want a simple love. Not as much drama, hopefully. Maybe we mature into that stage. There are some people out there that crave drama, but I don't understand those people at all. They make no sense to me. But it's pretty clear that Spencer and Trina went through quite a lot together. Like, there was some images there that I don't even think I've seen yet. You know, most of the time they're, you know, warm up to each other and, you know, enjoying each other's company, maybe fighting a little bit. but definitely not in the realm of unconscious or getting thrown overboard and whatnot. I have seen that one before. That one was odd. What is the context of that? They're getting thrown overboard. That definitely seems like a interesting scene for sure. And I don't know how they get out of that, but I'm sure it's interesting. But it's pretty amazing the fact that they went through all of that and then some. That's probably not even the whole story, right? So it's pretty amazing they went through all that. Certainly found their way back to each other, or so it seems, with the last scene there. It's unbelievable. Some people are just meant to be, you know? And you find your way back if that, you know, you get separated or something. Or you just find each other once and you are inseparable. That was very much my father and mother. As soon as they met, it was pretty much a done deal, which is wild to me. But hey, pretty cool. They went through previous relationships, of course. But yeah, they met. I think it was like 2 years of dating, and then they just got engaged and married within like a week. Like it was just like, we're done. It's over. Let's just call it. Let's sign some papers and get on with it. Which is pretty amazing. Very amazing. We could all be so lucky, right? But I hope everyone out there watching finds something kind of like that. I mean, maybe not as much headache or trauma as Spencer and Trina, but certainly someone that you can confide in and love and cherish and all that good stuff. And not have to worry about them as much as, I don't know, them being knocked unconscious, thrown overboard, or dying in a random accident. Another classic SPRINA video. That one was good. I like that. I liked it a lot. And the song was perfect for it. Certainly. The next video is Wei Wuxian. Can we just start killing each other? I mean, what a title. What a title. From the Untamed, of course. Let's go ahead and jump into that. Can we just start killing? That was an amazing edit. I got to hear about the dogs. Let me know down below in the comments. Link to the original edit down below in the YouTube description. Go throw it some love. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's something. That is truly something. I would say Wei seems more, what's a good way to put this? Silly? Not silly, but like lighthearted, I guess is a better way to put that. Giggling, laughing, smiling, very expressive with his eyes. Just incredibly expressive with his eyes, whether it's judgmental or rolling the eyes or just kind of communicating in a way of saying like, oh, get a load of that. Get a load of that guy. But with his eyes. That is really impressive. It seems like a very interesting character. Certainly in the first half is a bit more lighthearted. I have no idea if that continues on into the second half of the series. But that was really impressive. That was super impressive. I wanted to bring this up real quick. This is just like a little rundown of Wei, little tidbits of information. See? Grew up, and this is not including spoilers, which is pretty cool. Grew up in rough circumstances until he was adopted by the leader of the Zhang clan. He grew up alongside his adoptive siblings, playing the jokester to their more upright and reserved personalities. So he is the jokester. That makes total sense, and that is definitely borne out in that edit. Goofy, silly, I mean, those kind of have negative connotations to them, but I would say very lighthearted. This is probably a more positive way to say it. Living in a new body, Wei Wuxian died, but suddenly was reincarnated as part of a revenge scheme. Unfortunately, he has to hide his identity because he was murdered. And he still isn't exactly popular, to put it mildly. Which is amazing, because you would think he'd be very popular just by watching his mannerisms. Profession, a cultivator. Cultivators are highly educated, powerful magic users and spiritual experts. Different cultivators have different talents that can be used on spirits, demons, and other humans, but Wei has a reputation for pushing the boundaries of cultivation past where they should go, which is amazing. And it kind of makes sense, right? Based on his mannerisms and personality. He asks dangerous questions about the possibilities of cultivation, and others view him with suspicion because of this, despite his talent. I could see that being a little nerve-wracking. When someone's constantly pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. You're just like, all right, where are you going with this? Interests, drinking. All right. Flirting. Well, those go hand in hand, don't they? If you're drinking a lot, chances are you're going to flirt with somebody or something. And adventure. He moves almost constantly, spending the day doing a little bit of everything. Whether that's hunting down demons or just fishing with his bare hands, which is unbelievable. He enjoys talking to people from all walks of life. He does seem extremely sociable, even if that talking is often overfamiliar. Single right now, but powerfully drawn to fellow cultivator Lan Wangji. I think that's how you say it. They're opposites, though, and while Wei might be drawn to Lan chilly exterior, it remains to be seen if Lan feels the same. Challenges his identity and hiding it, finding friends, carrying out the revenge scheme he was resurrected for. A lot has happened while he's been dead, though, and he can't remember exactly what happened in his final moments. All he knows is that he has a list of people to exact revenge on, and that he's known to the whole country as an evil man who's better off dead. Oh man, that'd be terrible. That'd be awful. I'm not exactly sure how he kept a decent spirit about it. Not the best situation to be started off in. Yeah, no. But Wei isn't letting that stop him. Yeah, it seems like he's very much still lighthearted in a way. Personality outgoing, yeah. Friendly and impulsive, that all makes sense. Wei always has a joke or a smile at the ready, but seems unable to rein it in when the situation doesn't call for it. Oh, gosh. I am forever doing that. Even in the worst moments, I'm trying to create a joke to like lighten the mood a little bit. Sometimes that is not good. He can be rude and often ignores the rules of social propriety, stubbornly asserting that he's right, or he's in the right, or making an insincere apology if he has to. But one of his best qualities is that he'll never hesitate to dive in to help someone. I gotta say, for as negative as some of those might be, like not following the rules of social propriety and sometimes being rude or making light of a situation or trying to bring a situation to a more light space, most people would probably overlook those. If he's super friendly and outgoing and flirty and whatnot, highly educated, most people would probably overlook that because you would just go, well, that's Wei. That is Wei. It is what it is. Seems like a really good character, really good person. I gotta say, probably my favorite in the Untamed edits I've seen. Just the personality is just so infective. Super positive, super jokey, super smiley. Like just everything you could possibly want. I gotta say, very impressive character. Highly impressive. And now a word from our sponsor. I am so happy that I do not have jury duty tomorrow. I know this isn't related to anything, but I am just so happy. I might actually get to do a stream on time. Well, okay. Let me take that back. I probably won't still because the maintenance crew will have to come back tomorrow to fix whatever they didn't fix today. But it won't be as bad. It will not be as bad. Gosh, that was such a good edit. I like that. I like Wei. Wei is a super interesting character. Super positive, super nice. Interesting storyline. Back for revenge. Doesn't exactly want to do it. I don't know. He's finding his friends. He's hiding his identity. He's hated by people, which makes no sense. I don't exactly know why. If you could let me know down below in the comments, that might help. But yeah, next on the list is One Tree Hill High School Funny Moments. I've seen a couple episodes of One Tree Hill. I thought it was absolutely wonderful. Lucas was definitely the coolest, I think. Nathan started off like a jerk, which is what it is. It started beautifully. Dan is fantastic. Or no, Dan is the terrible one. Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of his uncle. What is his uncle's name? Oh, no. Dan is the terrible father that really shouldn't be his father. I can't remember the other guy's name. Oh, gosh. What is it? I gotta look this up. It's going to drive me nuts. It is going to drive me nuts. Where is he? Yep, Dan is the terrible guy. I love how they don't even show... Where is he? Where are you? Come on. This is what I get for just Google searching. Kevin Federline is in this show? What? No. Come on, really? This must have been right when he was with Brittany. Where is him? Where is he? Where is he? Chad Michael Murray, Dan Scott. Keith. Keith. That's his name. Good grief. It's Keith. All right, let's hop into it. Now that I figured out his name, that took a while. Took longer than I wanted it to.
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Treehill resident. We're selling these delicious cookies to raise money for Lady Leprechauns.
Oh my gosh.
An organization that empowers us girls to be strong, beautiful, independent women of tomorrow.
That marriage did not end well. You never want to wake up like that. I mean, that is... Thankfully, I've never woken up like that. Knock on wood. I never wake up like that. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some love. That was an excellent edit. Used amazing music, by the way. Very amazing. Definitely going to get claimed in 2 seconds. If even that. This is a very interesting show. Apparently it goes on quite the journey, because in the beginning, where I am, Nathan and Lucas are barely talking, if at all. Constantly fighting. Nathan is going after Haley, and Haley's just, quote-unquote, not going after Nathan, but let's be honest. She definitely is. And Lucas and Peyton are kind of a thing or something. Like, Lucas wants the best for Peyton or something. Hard to tell. It looks like it's kind of heading that way. Keith is by far the better dad than Dan ever was or ever could dream to be. Dan is quintessential. The character that is written is very much the sports dad who had maybe some success early on in their sports life and then never really amounted to much after. So they constantly are stuck in this weird high school phase where, you know, their kid has got to take up the torch from where they were, you know? And they relive it all the time. Probably go to all the booster events, probably go to all the, you know, award night and postseason get-together, preseason get-together. Very much involved to the point where it's just sad. It's so sad. I've definitely witnessed it in real life before, and it is sad. Just like, can you move on? I know you have a kid in that school now, and you're living through that kid, but you got to find something else. I mean, you can't put all your life's pressure and your failings. Yeah, you were successful in this little short amount of time, but the rest of your life was a fail. Either you got injured and you never made pros, or you were never good enough to make pros, and you were just good enough to succeed in high school. Very much, I don't know, better way to say other than disgusting. Coach Whitey, or whatever his name was, Barry Corbin, is the real-life actor. Fantastic actor. I don't know what else he's been in. I'm going to look that up right now, but I remember him from something else. Super great actor. Born in Texas, not surprising. Known for Yellowstone, Tulsa King, 911 Lone Star, The Ranch, as Dale Rivers. Oh yeah. He was the neighbor friend of Sam Elliott's character. If you've never seen The Ranch, it was a really good show, put out by Ashton Kutcher on Netflix, I believe. Super interesting, very emotional, high drama, but it was weird because it was like a boring kind of like family issues, lifestyle, figuring out your life, that kind of thing. But it was also just extremely hard-hitting, emotional from time to time. It was very strange. Definitely not a role we're used to seeing with Ashton Kutcher. I mean, I haven't seen Ashton Kutcher in a lot of things, so it was a bit surprising. But yeah, One Tree Hill, very funny. Certainly at the start here, it's mostly just drama between Nathan and Lucas, and the beginning drama of Haley and Nathan. And yeah, I'm not surprised. Dan and, what was his wife's name? Deb? I think it was Deb. Not surprised at all Dan and Deb got divorced. I mean, it was definitely heading that way. You could clearly tell Deb was not into the whole stuck in high school, living through our son, put all the pressure in the world on him. He's got to make pro. He's got to make money. You know, very odd. Very, very odd. The last video of the day is Meredith Grey from Grey's Anatomy, Looking Too Closely. Season 1? Season 5. I don't even know what that is. Is that a number? Season 1, episode 19, something like that? I don't know. I don't know what those numbers are. One Tree Hill is my favorite show. Really? Welcome, Morgan. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Oof. My brain is not functioning right now. I am fried. One Tree Hill seems like a very interesting show. Lots of drama. I got introduced to some drama in that video. Wow. That was something. Like the divorce between Dan and Deb. That is something I didn't see coming.
The doctor. No.
Well, I guess I did see it coming, but I didn't think it would actually go through.
But I am a doctor.
Each of you comes here today hopeful, wanting in on the game. The 7 years you spend here as a surgical resident will be the best and worst of your life. You will be pushed to the breaking point.
We're gonna survive this, right?
I raised you to be an extraordinary human being. So imagine my disappointment when I wake up after 5 years and discover that you're no more than ordinary.
I can't think of any one reason why I wanted to be a
Good
surgeon.
grief.
So I see here that your mother was a surgeon. What was that like?
Also a jerk,
well,
apparently.
Raised by a surgeon, you definitely get to be very independent. You ever feel like you were
Absent,
just
sure.
You're helpless.
Why didn't you try harder? You just left. But I can think of 1,000 reasons why I should quit. They make it hard on purpose.
I have 5 rules. Memorize them.
What the hell are you doing here?
You lost me after 5 rules. Repeat them.
When I'm at work.
You want to know why I'm so unfocused? So ordinary.
I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear from you. You understand me? Do you understand me?
It was.
Good grief. Oh, wow.
She didn't bake. I'm really happy. What happened to her? She wasn't a bake sale mom, and I plan on baking all the time.
No one stood up for you.
Because if you can think of a reason, any reason at all, why the universe is so screwed up. When I told my mother I wanted to go to medical school, she tried to talk me out of it. Said I didn't have what it takes to be a surgeon.
You want to know what happened to me? You happened to me.
I was swimming. I was fighting. And then I thought, just for a second, I thought, shoot me. What?
I know you don't understand me. I don't understand me.
I think I saw a scene of that before. An explosion. It was like a bomb or something.
My movie tried to place me. So you think I'm broken? Fix me. Life isn't supposed to be like this. It's not supposed to be this hard.
Now, Dr. Gray has
having a
experienced
miscarriage.
more loss in her life than I think most of us would deem fair. She lost her husband, Dr. Derek Shepard.
This is forever.
That's kind of the beauty of life, is that it's never easy. It's never hard. It's never supposed to be anything. It just is what it is. And whether it's hard or easy, totally up to random elements. Some you can control yourself, and a lot of stuff you cannot control, right? So life just kind of happens to you a lot. Certainly you can put yourself in a situation where it's at least better sometimes, but other times there's literally nothing you can do. It is just going to be what it is, and you just got to respond. And, you know, whether that involves trying to escape whatever's happening or facing it head on, it is what it is.
Lost her little sister, Lexi Gray.
You're not crazy, Lexi. My sister is dead. You're Gray.
And she also lost her mother.
Whatever's that saying of Ordinary Meredith. Oh my gosh. The universe is indifferent. That is an interesting quote.
So you're a nerd? You never needed anyone but you.
I guess.
Why is she so mean?
Dr. Gray is mean.
And with all that she has survived, it hasn't made her hard. It hasn't made her mean, cold. It hasn't made her not care. It's made her better.
She's strong.
I'm not going to waste any time teaching anything other than what matters most.
The most amazing thing about
I want to
this
stay with you.
is that she takes all that pain, all that loss, and she turns it into drive. Drive to save lives, to make things better.
Got a rhythm.
I want to do that.
And despite all that she's lost, she continued to find joy in her work. As a surgeon, as a teacher, as a mother.
Dr. Meredith Gray. Wonder Woman.
I'm kind of amazing.
The world needs more people like her. More doctors like her.
Meredith Gray.
Thank you. Dr. Gray, thank you. Be a donor?
No, the doctor. I want to do what she's doing.
Dang.
I'm happy. And I never thought I would be again. And I am.
That's good.
And that's all I need.
That is good. Excellent edit. Unbelievable edit. That was beautiful. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. You'll always find it first, if not second, in the description, all the video links. So that way you can check out their channels. Maybe you like the other videos that they make and you can subscribe to their channel. That's happened a couple times. People have said, hey, I checked out that channel that made that video and I actually like what the other stuff they do. And I'm like, oh, excellent. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Gosh, what a relationship that is with her mother. That was probably the moment of the video, or the moments of the video that stuck out to me the most, is just how combative her relationship with her mother is. Like, good grief. Ordinary Meredith. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. That is really terrible. Because in the grand scheme of things, she's anything but ordinary. Good Lord. Ugh, that is just disappointing and sad. Very hurtful, certainly. I wanted to pull up this real quick. This is somebody's post in the Grey's Anatomy subreddit about her relationship with her mother. Ellis, apparently, is her name. I think Ellis Gray is actually a very common mother. There are probably more Ellis Grays out there than Louise O'Malley's. I have no idea who Louise is. Let me know down below in the comments. I was rewatching some of the old episode, and they just happened to be the Ellis ones, but I found Meredith to be so interesting, with so much depth in those episodes. They could have done so much more with Ellis, and her brisk death was quite wrong after such a big build-up on her story, in my opinion. I feel pretty bad for Meredith, but I'm sure it's a good reminder to people that this isn't an isolated experience. So many narcissistic, there we go, mothers exist out there, but like Ellis, they aren't all the way bad, which only adds to the complexity of the relationship. Meredith's hurt, anger, guilt, compassion added so many layers to her. I wish they explored this Meredith more. It made her moping after a married McDreamy makes so much more sense when you understand how devoid of healthy relationships she was. By the time Ellis died and she settles down with Derek, spoilers, Meredith became pretty one-dimensional. Not you petty Grey's Anatomy groupie weirdos downvoting a personal opinion. Some of you need to touch grass and realize it's just a show and shouldn't be this sacred to your heart. Well, that's bound to happen with a show that lasted, or it's still going on, right? It just got renewed for a whole other season. Somebody responded here. This part of her isn't gone and didn't disappear when Ellis died or once she and Derek were in a more stable relationship. Some of the very actions that people on this sub hate and blame Meredith for are all attributed to the guilt, anger, hurt, pain, compassion, and so much else that she carries around with her because of who and how her mother was. Despite people's claims that Meredith took advantage of Richard's drinking just to get in on surgeries, she never got to perform a surgery while he was drinking. Not only was she being manipulated by Richard's alcoholism, she was bonding with him in a paternal way, which was something she never really got. He was also giving her access to a mother who she never knew, and once Derek dangled the carrot of either turning Richard in and getting Izzy her job back to fix Alex and Izzy's relationship, Meredith sacrificed Richard in order to do that. It wasn't about the surgery for her, though that was a perk. Couldn't agree more. The relationship between Ellis and Meredith, and also how it formed who Meredith is today, was such an interesting storyline. Yeah, it does kind of seem like that. I mean, it gives you the whole background of a character, right? An interesting relationship with a mother who turns out to be pretty brutal on occasion, right? That's the beauty of having links to the past. Links to the past. You know, I always say, or I've said it in multiple videos, you know, eventually your parents will go, and if you're lucky enough to have siblings that you get along with, those are your links to the past. My mother was not focused on her career, but she is a lot more like Ellis than Mama O'Malley. Obviously, I have issues with Ellis as a mom, but her character is fascinating, especially the parallels to Christina. These early season relationships were written so well. Yeah, especially earlier on in a show. You really want to milk as much of their backstory as you possibly can. And I'm sure the mother was perfect for that. But hearing about a swift demise, unfortunately, that is not great. I love Meredith not because she was always likable, but because her character makes sense and has depth. A lot of the Meredith hate I see on this subreddit seems rooted in a very one-dimensional view of her character. She's cold. She did X, Y, and Z, horrible thing. She treated insert person here badly. Yes, exactly. That's part of what makes her an interesting character. Right, a lot of people can't see Meredith as multidimensional in comparison to characters like Christina, Derek, Alex, Callie, or Izzy because her approach and responses are very different from all of theirs. Christina was laced with open hostility, sarcasm, humor, and when she would break down her walls, it was always an overflow of emotions. Derek was quick to anger, verbal attacks, and often acted from a self-serving place. They tend to expect her actions and emotions to be a bit more showy, but that's the very essence and beauty of Meredith, that you actually have to watch her to see the subtle reactions to emotions to better understand her. Exactly this. I think Ellen is an excellent actress, at least for a character like Meredith. Not everyone spews their feelings all over the place, and it takes skill to express emotion in more subtle ways. I can always tell what she's feeling and relate to her. That's impressive. The fact that most of her emoting is very subtle. And it's probably because of how her mother viewed her or treated her. You become very insular. You know, you hold in a lot. I hold in a lot because I'm just a quiet person, right? So I'm assuming very similarly, wow, hard word to say fast. I am also very subtle with emotions. And I was once told that you can read my emotions on my face or my eyes give it away, which is not surprising. But yeah, that kind of pointed to the fact that my nonverbal cues are mostly how you get my emotions out of me. So I guess I kind of relate to Meredith in a way there. Just differently. Just a little bit different. I love the fact that Reddit is a double-edged sword. It can be terrible, but it can also produce very interesting discussions like this. I mean, look at this. Look at how long these responses are. And everyone's just kind of putting in their 2 cents. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And then sometimes it is a very ugly thing. But we try to stay away from that. Do you think Meredith is a good mother? From what we see, she seems absent. Also, from what we see, her kids seem happy and loved and well-adjusted, supported. Single mom with a huge career, and she sometimes has to make sacrifices. Good for her. Seriously, working moms have never looked like one thing, so look at the kids. She loves and provides for her kids. High-stake career. Her kids never question if they are loved. I don't think she parents the way I did, but I still believe she's a good mother. They don't show much of her interactions with her kids because child actors can't work the insanely long hours adults can compared to her mother. She's a wonderful mom. So there you go. She learned from her mother. You know, she took the bad, threw it away, took the good, applied that, and then add her own spin to it, which is probably way better. That's what we all look to do, I think. You know, it's amazing how we're younger and we're just like, I'll never be like you, you know, and then we get older and they're just like, wow, did I say that? My parents used to always say that. Or you're just like, wow, did I think that? That's exactly how my parents thought. You know, it's cyclical. It is so imprinted into all of us. And I think it's just impossible not to have some similarities with your parents. Hopefully the good ones, right? Try to take the good ones and throw away the bad ones. But, you know, can't pick and choose, right? Although I guess you can for that. Some things are innate, though. I've caught myself a couple times saying things a certain way and being like, oh my gosh, did I just say that? I swear I heard that all the time growing up. Excellent edit. As always, the links are down below in the YouTube description. Go throw out some love. That is it for today. I hope you've enjoyed all the videos, all the reactions. I like doing these streams. It's going to stay like this. I hope you enjoy it as well. Eventually, they will be live on YouTube. That is the goal. For right now, Twitch is just so painless. It's beautiful. So we're just going to stick to Twitch until I think my goal is that I catch up on requests, and then we'll switch it over to YouTube. Hopefully I can do dual YouTube and Twitch. We'll see. That is something I need to check into. But looking forward to doing so. ToddReacts.com. You can become a member. You can request your own videos. Merch is available. Winter collection currently. Summer collection is on the way. 15% off for all website members on every order. If you're a YouTube channel member, you get a 5% off code. You just put it in at the checkout. Knocks 5% off. And yeah, tomorrow should be... I'm not assuming it's going to be the same time as it's scheduled on Twitch. Usually it's 9 a.m. But I have no idea when those maintenance people are showing up and how long it's going to take. So today was a very good point of that. Hour and a half, nothing was done. Oh, gosh. That is just, it's unbelievable, isn't it? All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday. I'm going to try to get this posted up onto YouTube before Tuesday. You know, it should take a couple hours, I'm assuming, or maybe an hour or so to process and be ready to upload. And yeah, I shall see you all on Tuesday. Whether it's on time or slightly after time, I will be there. And I hope you will too. Go ahead and follow the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ToddReacts. You can follow that. You can get a notification sent to your phone immediately as soon as I'm live. And they're pretty good with notifications, unlike YouTube. So you should get it. All right. I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you hanging out. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.